buzzing. Stop buzzing. We don't like buzzing. Testing, testing. 1, 2, 3. Testing, testing. 1, 2, 3. Do you hear me? In the land. Do you hear me out there in the land? Do you hear me out there in the land? I'm sorry, that was incorrect. That's not how we do this here, people. Gotta set the mood. Gotta set the mood. Stranger things. Mystical, magical. Come and join me. Come in, everyone. Let's hang out and chill and relax. Sometimes you just gotta relax, man. You gotta relax. Good evening, good evening, good evening, good evening, good evening. Hello, everyone. Inky Blue, I see you. Heathcliff, what's going on, sir? Wish you operated on UK time. Are you? Oh, are you serious? Wow. That explains why. Whenever I see like Bo, like sometimes it'll be like I wake up like 6 in the morning. I'm like, what is it? I'm getting a ding. I'm like, going, what is he doing? And then he'll say afternoon time. I'm like, oh, okay, so it's pretty good. It's a pretty good time difference then, cause you know. So yeah, Inky, thank you for I guess having insomnia, having a chance to hang out right now and chill, hang out and chill. I call it hang out and chill because last or 2 weeks ago, two, 2 weeks ago, we talked about new iPads and kids, and it was kind of late. I mean, I didn't really go nowhere deep, and so this follow up live session was kind of gonna be the same thing. Just kind of hang out and chill and just have some fun, and whatever I want to talk about, let's do this. So I'm coming through loud and clear. That's good. I'm sorry for the buzzing, people. There we go. Robert, what? Hold on, go back. What they say? Yeah, it's always morning somewhere, huh? I mean, it's always morning and night somewhere. 1:30. That's ooh, John G at 1:30 in the morning. Ooh. You know what? It's actually been. I would say it's kind of been kind of put away, kind of sort of. Um, I've mainly been hanging out with the D fam and the the RC 505. So how it is like out of everything that I have, I've never gotten to a point to have like a studio and have everything connected at the same time. That's never been the case, and now so it's even more the case that I kind of yeah the RC 505. Um, now it's kind of even more modular, meaning that I'll kind of pull things in and out. I'll put stuff away and then pull stuff out and kind of play with it like that. And so I just haven't like life stuff. Um, so yeah, just kind of like it's kind of been put away. So I haven't really got really, I would say, farther along into it. Um, I just feel like when I pick it back up, that my like what I learned, I feel like it's still fresh in my mind because I understand how it works and how it thinks, and so I'm really wanting to get back into it for several reasons. To play with all the other stuff that I have to kind of like start pairing stuff together and seeing how they go well with each other and whatnot. And so I'm really interested in getting back to that. Now that we all here, let me just say welcome back. Welcome back. We didn't even get to the jump, man. I just got into it. Y'all got me. I'm so excited. Can we get a proper intro, John G? Come on, you cheating. And you. Gear Chat University. Let's go here. All right, so welcome back to Gear Chat University. Like I said, this is called Hangout and Chill. That's all we're doing is hanging out and chill. It's not a real serious week this week. So whatever you want to talk about, let's talk about it. Let's see what we got going on here. I keep telling people modular is a concept, not a synthesizer format. It is. Well, let me analyze what you're saying here. Yes, yes. So, you yes, I'm seeing you now. Concept. So, and that's you hit it right on the head. Like that's exactly how I'm thinking about gear. It's not, so when I'm pulling pieces in and out, like that's very much modular because now you're taking one piece, putting it with another piece, and it's like you're making a monster. If I feel like Frankenstein. So when you go in and you start putting, that's what you are. Even though you may not see it that way or realize it, but your setup, if you have more than one piece together working, that's modular. It's like you said, it's not just the patch bay and the specific modular system that the word is referred to, but how I see it is any piece of gear when you start putting multiple pieces of gear together and for them to marry a band, if you want to call it a band, but when you start putting that's what it is. When you're taking stuff in and out or whatever, it's modular because now you're making a bigger instrument by having two or three or four or five instruments playing together. So that's really how I see it. Um, you rate the D fam. I won two neutrons, but John G, I blame you for several. Oh, blame me. Listen, this is what I say about this. I've gotten to the point where, and I'm gonna tell you where it started. It started with the cell phones, the whole Android, Apple, this or that. And one day it just hit me like, why am I feel like I'm being forced to like pick a side? Like I gotta, like no. And then one day I just said no, both. I want to have because there's I like things about both. Why am I picking? I want both. And that kind of made a turn in me where I said, I'm going to embrace things as opposed to picking a side because the reality is that you know you're going to gravitate or favor one. So whatever. And so if your thing is you love Apple over Android, cool, whatever. It's really no big deal. Um, so I embrace my lust for gear. I know I'm a gadget freak. I'm just the most it's typically a guy thing, right? But I know some women are some gals are very tech savvy and are into tech. And I like tech and gadgets and whatever. If it got lights and beeps and all of that, and then it's musical, oh, okay. I like music. I can make music. Okay, so you got me. So that's the reason why. So yeah, I mean, however I can, especially with payments and use gear, people. What? Yeah, that's all I can say about that. Thanks, Inky. Brian, I see you, sir. Thanks for chiming in. There is semi modular. So you got your like your micro brew, which is semi modular. It has a patch bay. It gives you a chance to reach out into the outside world, which is what I've always. I didn't know that the day was gonna come for me actually going modular, but I did have the foresight to really have a strong insight and love for gear that was semi-modular because I knew that it would be future-proof. That microbrew is you can go back too, but you can definitely take it and use it and know that that piece of gear will be with you until you die, basically, because you can always play with it with something else. And so a piece of gear like that that allows you to do audio in, modular, semi-modular. This is stuff that is always gonna have a purpose or a say unless you just decide to ditch it for whatever reason. But it itself will always be valuable. It's not stuck to just being, you know, one thing because you can always tweak it and and play with it a different kind of way. So that's why I like modular really and semi-modular. Oh, the vocals are legendary, and I think the boutiques will be too when it's all said and done. Inky, let's go back to what you said about the two neutrons, because at the price point that they're going to offer them for, why not? If you can afford it, I mean, it's really this is an opportunity that you have that you just not listen. You can go out and buy two or three of the Vocas. I'm not talking about all. I'm talking about of the same Voca. Like so, what Behringer is doing, even with the Vocas or the boutiques. Okay, the fact that you can go out and get a boutique that is a replica of an 808. If you want to, you can buy two of them, right? I mean, forget the why. I mean, you know that when you get two or three of whatever, you're going to be able to do something sonically that you probably can't do with one. You can't really argue that. So, why not? Like, it would be great, right? Let me get a little. I don't know what I would do about that. Every week I tune in. I feel like having Stranger Things going on in the background. All right, here we go. Yeah. So I throw off my train of thought. Stranger Things has me in space mode now. But yeah. So having two or three of the neutrons, if you can afford it, why not? Yes, that would be dope. What we got going on here? Yeah, the vocals is like I said, legendary. Heathcliff. If anyone is interested in Novation mono stations on sale at Amazon for $329, I compulsively bought one. Should get it Friday. Novation mono station. I'm not gonna tell you what I did. I'm not gonna tell you what I did, but that's yet to come. Y'all gonna see. Just give me some time. Oh no, I'm gonna be up till dawn. Oh, I'm girl. Nah, best comment changed my life. Yay, Lust Gear at least has return value. Changed my life. And here's the thing about that. That's the other thing. I've said it before. What's the big deal? The return value. It ain't like a car. As soon as why would you buy a 2018 anything? As soon as you pull out the lot, you come back to him the next day like, y'all want this back? And if we do, it's gonna be significantly different than what you just paid for it. But yeah, so your return value is definitely at the bare minimum 50%, and you're really talking about higher 80% in most cases. Like that's to have something that you pay $500 for, or even like $100, and then you can sell it for 80 in like 3 or 4 or 5 years. So you mean tell you had said piece of gear for 5 years for $20? It's a no brainer. You can always okay, all right, you know what? Yeah, it's time. It's got to go. It's time for it to go. I got to make a move, whatever the case may be. So, bye. I got this. Is bam. So, I mean, it's not like going and like hanging out at the club and drinking a bunch of champagne and being in the moment, and then tomorrow like nothing. Like you can't get none of that back. It's just gone. Money gone. One guitar, one based in deep mine. I have to say, made by Midas. Is that the band name, Midas? The Zoya pedal, it looks cool, but at the same time, it looks kind of confusing. Like I'm not. It's a whole. If you're a programmer, I think it's built for programmers. If you're a programmer, I think it's going to be a great thing. But honestly, I I don't think I'll be getting it. Put it like that. But I do think it's a cool tool. It definitely looks like a very cool tool. Um, the Behringer Neutron looks to have its own sound unique to itself from what I've seen from videos. That whole speaking thing kind of interests me, like how Nick Bat made it speak. I thought that was kind of cool. Um, Hold on, let me. This is one of those January jams. Let me just pause right here for a second because I was vibing to this earlier. Let's take a little break, a little musical break. Making beats, making bomb beats. I'm back. I was just grooving for a second. Apologize about that. Just feeling that little groove. What we got going on here? All right, Inky. Yep, it's so versatile. It can be bass or guitar. Hell, I only got two hands, so be worth it. Oh, is that a fact? Okay, so Midas, is a team from the UK. Huh. Ah, I see. Okay, I didn't know that. Um, Thank you for dropping that knowledge. I didn't know that. So, I'll be doggone. Uh, um, Robert. I mean, that wasn't live right then and there, but at the time that I recorded it, it was. I mean, kind of. I didn't record the me making it live necessarily, but I just performed it per se. Maybe next year I'll show some actual in the process of making it, so you guys can see what that's like. But I don't always like that because the process sometimes sometimes I may not even post that one because I didn't like that particular beat or something like that. So um, yeah. Hayes, you said you no longer believe in this mythical. Oh, saying that it ain't coming out. It's just like you see it, but you really ain't gonna see it. I see what you're saying. Well, I'm in line. I'm like, look. I called my guy, Martin. me, put a little spotlight on him real quick. I called my guy, Bam, my senior. I gotta say this, my senior sales rep, Bam. I called him up. I was like, look, man, immediately, He's like, yes, Mr. G, I'm on it. You're on the list. I'm on the special list. So if they get that special unit, I'm getting it. Don't hold me back none. Robert, I agree. I agree with you. So that is a bright. That is a lot of red. That is a lot of red. Ooh, that's a lot of. I mean, it's just a lot of red. You know what I'm saying? Like, my God. Like even the fuse box. That's a lot of yellow. That's a lot of. I look at that thing and I go, mm. First look, I go, nope. I don't know who marketing idea was this, but and it's probably dope. But it's that's a lot of yellow. So it will stand out though. It's gonna stand out in your gear. I went with the gold monotron. I mean mono. Dang, mono tribe. What is it called? Monocore. Oh, I'm tripping off the name. Come on, man, stop buzzing. All right, I'm getting trolled by my mic. By my screwdriver mic, man. Stop playing. You trolling me. Okay. Yeah, so no, I think it's gonna come out, man. I mean, Baron Drain let us down so far. I think it's gonna come. It better come, cause I'm in line. I don't want to be in line for nothing. Oh snap! All right, see what we got going on here. I just don't think there will be any neutrons because Europe gonna buy them all. Wow. I know somebody gonna have a crazy setup. I haven't seen it yet, but I'm sure somebody gonna have. Well, the dude from Roland did have like I don't know, like eight, you know, boutiques. I forgot which one. I think it was the last one that just came out, the SE, the SEO one. He had like about eight of them or something planned. I believe one time Korg had some guys who had like, man, like 16 Volca F keys that they performed this mega jam. It was ridiculous. Like the The layout was ridiculous. But that's the kind of stuff you do when you got affordable gear like that. You put together like some stuff to go, okay, watch this. And then you're like, wow, Mono Tribe. Yeah, I don't, but why am I? I'm like, what is that? Because it's the mini, the monologue. That's what I mean. It's the monologue and the monologue. I got the gold monologue. I don't know why I was drawing a blank on that. Monologue is what I was referring to. All right, let's go back here. Let's go back here. The Deep Mind, the Model D, and the Neutron are different from the old Behringer gear. Oh, okay. Yeah, I don't know what the old Behringer gear. I couldn't speak on what was, older or whatnot. But I know I like what I've received thus far. I mean, I have no qualms. Hey, Anthony, man, I appreciate that, bro. Uh, Listen, as I don't know what to say about that because I should just start making a warning, warning, warning. If you are weak, warning, warning. If you just please stop right here. Do not watch this video. Warning, warning. You're gonna be tempted. Warning, warning. All right, good night, Hayes. Yeah, I ain't gonna be around too much long. Like I said, we just hanging out. I'm just having fun, chilling. We gonna see. I'm gonna see how the vibe takes me. Who's ever hanging out, we gonna chill. I plan on it. Stay, Robert, Digitone. I mean, at this point, the Digitac and Digitone just. Oh, Inky is going. Okay, yeah, Inky, you got to go to bed. You got to go to work tomorrow, right? Inky, thank you for hanging out. Um, I appreciate you. Another thing I forgot to say to anybody that has got a new piece of gear, congratulations to the gear that you just got. I hope that you're having the time of your life with it because you don't work hard to get them coins to get that piece of gear. So I hope it is the experience that you were hoping it that actually more than what you hoping that it would be. So shouts out to you and shouts out to Inky Blue. Have a good night, sweet dreams. So she can get up and tackle tomorrow's task. We all gotta tackle that task in the morning. Now, hey, you talking about a unicorn? I think Overbridge. Hello, when is that gonna come out? Now, I don't have the Digitac almost a year now, and no Overbridge. Am I tripping? Because the last time I checked, it wasn't there. And like, am I wrong on that? But Digitax. I mean, Electron still has not released Overbridge. Like, come on, man. Yes, Unicorn, man. I think that was really the Overbridge was the concept that made me say, you know what, I'm gonna get the analog heat. Even though I first rejected it, not because of the quality of it, but for the price they were asking, I just totally rejected it. Said no. Are you serious? No. But I kept watching the videos, and it was actually when I saw Mr. Dataline talking about Overbridge, and I said, wait a minute. And then I saw how he did something. I'm like, wait a minute, this box is actually kind of, and it made me say, you know what? Let me give it a whirl. Now, since I got it, it's dope without Overbridge. But Overbridge is gonna take it to that. Now it makes it a piece that's really it's already being used all the time. Overbridge makes it continue to be used all the time because now I can do stuff in post. Come on, Electron, are you serious? Hey, it, hey, Hayes, you got to beat me because whoever got one, I'm gonna give him 351. Give it here, I'm gonna take it. Huh? Yeah, the analog heater. So, I mean, it's pricey, but it's not ridiculous. But my first thought on it was no. I must say that. But however, once you get it, and you don't have to get it, just get something to compare. Yes, 54. Shoot, where you at? 55. I'm here. I'll gladly take a second one for that price. Yes. But no, it is a dope piece of gear though. It really is. But Overbridge, come on, Electron, y'all. That's what I should call this podcast. Come on, Electron, y'all bush. Just come on, man. I mean, but I understand what they doing. I think it's not ready, obviously, because if we get it now, it's gonna be buggy and everybody gonna be complaining. I don't want that either. Like, but I mean, you can't tell me you got something and then say, hold on. I guess I can't talk. Let me just keep going. I can't talk. Who am I to talk? Who are you to say anything, John G? Let me keep reading. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. I'm loving it. Yeah, I actually read Hayes. I actually read that you got the vocal beats and you did confirm that the snare was, it is what it is. But I'm telling you, the vocal beats might be the most used drum machine that I have just because of practicality. When I'm, like I said, when I'm pulling gear in and out, it's so small and it has a dope functionality. There's shutter on there and the motion sequence for me makes that just I constantly like give it here. Let me use that. You know what I mean? And yeah, the snare is not the best, but however, the vocal piece is nice, man. I really must say that. Like I really use it a lot. I just use it a lot. Okay, I really use it a lot, and I liked how you can make that kick. You don't have to always have it hitting like an 808. You can tone it down, in different ways to make it softer and change it up. And I really like it. I like it for the functionality of it. So if I think the Voca Beats is a great drum machine to add to your arsenal. It's a nice layer to layer with whatever other drum machine you may already have. So keep that in mind. All right, so Hayes got the beats. Who else got something? Brian, you got the okay. You love the analog heat. Yeah, the analog heat is dope. Drug Machine Podcast, I believe you're asking what does the analog heat do, if I'm not mistaken. It's not a sampler, no. It is a uh, audio process. Am I freezing? Did I just freeze? Why I just freeze? Ah, it got me like last. What is this? This happened once before. Ain't the face right here? This my face right here? This where I'm gonna sit at? Just lip hanging, huh? Just face like that. Wow. All right, whatever. So we're gonna keep it going because I believe the audio is still going through. I think. Um, let me know though. But let me just go back here. All right, hold on. Oh yeah, so yeah, it's an audio processor. So, but it has LFO. All right, Drug Machine, the analog heat. It really does. I don't care what you run through it. The bottom line is this: it's going to sound better with the analog heat. Only thing I can say is, man, it's a pricey, but just take my word for it, okay? Trust me when I tell you, it is going to make whatever you put through it better. Just trust me when I tell you that. Um, and you really have a nice set of controls when it comes to dialing in the sound you're looking for. So that's why I really like it a lot. You can run anything to it. I don't care whether it's vocals, drums, guitar, bass, whatever. Audio is a audio processor. Whatever you want to run your farts through them, okay, you can do that. Whatever audio you can put through them, run them through them. So that's why I like that piece of gear because you really have a set of tools, like I said, that you can really dial in and tweak the sound. So I really like it for that. So yeah, okay, it's been confirmed that I am frozen. What can I say, man? Hey, look, drum machine. Drug machine. I want to get the Tanzabar, and I want to get the. It's another one. What's the other one they got? It's another one. The MF. Oh no, that's the Tanzabar. It's another one that's. I call it the off beat. The off. It's not it's like Sweetwater don't got it. Like I call it the off beat stuff. You got to go find it. It's not just where every where the places that I frequent. You got to go digging for it, somewhere. The Vermona, there you go. The Vermona and the Tanzabar. I would like to have both of those, but I gotta wait until the time is right and get it. Now, if it was in my channels where I could pay me, here you go, a little pay here and there, then I can go ahead and snatch him. But I gotta wait. So that's just what that is. But I would like it. I really would. Who we got going on here? Who we got going on here? Who else got something? Um, Wait a minute. So Robert, are you saying that Overbridge for the Digitac is out? You're using it now? Because when I last checked, it was not. And this was just, I would say about a month ago when I went online. I tried to actually update it for my heat, and it wasn't there. So I haven't checked. Like, hey, check this out though. With the price being what it is, this is. I'm surprised I haven't really seen more people, magpie. You know what I'm saying? I haven't really seen people trick out the Volcas too tough. I haven't really. I mean, I'm not saying that they're not there. I just haven't seen it because, with the size of it, it's. I mean, I take that back. I want to say maybe I have seen a small few, or some people put a switch in the back of it and made it do something different. But I think the Volcas are a perfect piece of gear to kind of break into, tap into, and then mod it. Like, I don't necessarily know what I'm doing, but if I knew how to mod it and whatnot, I would definitely buy another one of them just so I can mod it to make it a little different. Because when you do that, now you have something unique to the world. My vocal beats is definitely different than yours. So I think the vocals are the perfect piece of gear to, you know, jailbreak and then mod it. I just use a cell phone term there. Jailbreak it. Bust the guts open and get right into it. My lip hanging. Yeah. All right, what we got going on here? Okay, Anthony said I already had the TB3, and those two together are so fun to work with and just fun in general. I recently got the TR. Ooh, the 8S. Ooh. Hey, shouts out to Brian. He got the TR, the Roland TR 8S. That's dope. Ah, Marauder, what's going on, sir? Inky, you know you can't go to sleep now. It's gonna be impossible. Yeah, yeah, I'm froze, man. Look, we're just gonna have a feel good time. I'm gonna play something in a second. I'm gonna just catch up with the chat real quick, and then I'm gonna go ahead and play something. And then we're gonna just kind of vibe, and then maybe just fade on the black. Nothing too serious. Keep it light. The only views I have on the Vermona is I want it. That's the view I have. Where is it? Okay, so the TR8, the TB3, and the Vocal Keys. Let me just picture that for a second. The TR8. Okay, I like that. Did I lose it? Wait a minute. It jumped down on me. I ain't ready to go there just yet. Hold on. Where we at? Okay, here we go. Okay, so the TB3. How is the TB3? because every time I see the videos, they're always playing the one bass sound that I'm really not a fan of, and so I've always kind of shied away from that piece. Love the vocal keys. So tell me, how are you syncing those? I would say, since you have the keys, go ahead and get the vocal sample. Now, the caveat with the vocal sample is it doesn't actually sample it. You have to load the samples. However, I think if you add the sample with the keys, the TRA, the TB, the TB3, that's going to be a nice setup. Um, so I would say for sample, they don't sample, but they play samples, and that would be either the or both the vocal sample and also your circuit. The circuit would go great with the TR8, the TB3, and the vocal keys. Um, any one of those setups. If you just want to get a straight drum machine, then well, you already got drum. You said you want samples. So if you're looking for a sampler for a direct sampler, there's still the SP404. However, on that piece of gear and make songs, boy, oh boy, I tell you, uh, you're gonna put some work in to chop samples and get them right. That's all I can say about that. Oh, that's dope, Hayes. You got the Tanzabar samples for the vocal sample. That's dope. Where'd you get the samples from? Did you like download them or you sampled them yourself? Man, everybody loving this Zanzibar, man. Tanzabar. I gotta get that. The Tanzabar and the Vermona. I definitely want those. The Tim set. I'm not gonna say it's just the way it looks and the way it felt when I felt it. Just something about it just wasn't connecting to me. It's kind of cold, but it's Dave Smith, so I know it's gotta be. I'm sure it's the bee's knee, but again, if you're a programmer, I think that's gonna be a great piece of gear for you if you love to program. See, I think I just touched that topic for you, Anthony, on suggestions on samplers. Yeah, I wouldn't recommend. Not to say that it's not dope, but if I wouldn't recommend a temp set to just like someone who's like, no, I wouldn't do that. Like that's too. That's the money one ridiculous, and then two, like you gotta know. You have to know who you are to get the temp set. You don't just say yeah, get the temp set. Like I wouldn't do that. Okay, I'm just reading these. Getting caught up here. Give me a second. I'm gonna chime in on something that I. Oh, okay. So, Drug Machine Podcast just commented that Google Metatronics they mine Vocas. I'm at the go. Oh, I'm tripping. I said I said the action like they was a word. Google meaning look up Metatronics. I didn't first read that like that. I didn't even whatever. Metatronics. I'm gonna check them out so I can see what they doing with the Vocas. $100, and this thing is what like 4 years old now, and it brand new was 160. So that's what I'm saying. Like on as far as return value, I mean you win it, and you bought it for 100. You can turn around and sell it for 100. Easy right now. Somebody will buy it. You can sell it for 110. Somebody will get it. Um, I don't believe you're the only modular Euro rack guy here, Robert. But I can't even, you know, I can't speak on it. Like modular is still kind of slightly over my head in terms of this and that. For me, I am still giddy or just have a real liking to make noise. I like that's That's the company. That's the people that is making it even possible, or not even possible, but making them even make me even think about going modular. Is definitely them. You don't. I mean, the TRA sounds good to me. I mean, as far as whether it like how it sounds digital or whatnot, all I know is it's strong sounding. It sounds good. Like I don't go like I don't do that. It doesn't sound thin because that bass be hitting and that snare. I mean, it hits like. And so when you're processing that audio sound, that's when you run it through effects to give it whatever you feel it may be lacking. If it's lacking warmth, run it through the analog heat. Add a little warmth to it. Heat it up. Yeah, I agree. It's a little debate. See, So I've always had the con or the standpoint that sample beats are gonna sound better or be easier to do than trying to make an original beat without a sample. Like that sample is gonna make the whole track money. Like if you sampling, you're dealing in money. It's like honey. Like it's gonna be sweet, but when you're trying to make it from scratch, it's a different ball game. Like you're really, you're in a different realm. So if you're an original beat making guy going up against a sample guy, that's a tough fight. Sweet dreams, Inky. Oh, the vocal sample. Oh, maybe I misread you. Okay, so you're talking about the vocal sample. No, wait a minute now. It's not a drum machine, but once you get the drum sounds in there, it's a the vocal sample is a shapeshifter. It is what you want it to be. So it's very much a drum machine. It doesn't have like that stutter and whatnot. So it doesn't have certain functionalities like the vocal beats has. Um, um, but it's still very much a drum machine once you get drum sounds in it. You can mod the out of the beats. I don't know why you would either. Trying to figure out. Okay, so Anthony said he's trying to figure out how to sample old school records with everything. What you mean by that? Old school records with everything? Like as far as like mixing the two sounds together. Ah, that's like that mad scientist stuff, Hayes. I mean, if you can, that would definitely make the vocal sample better. It would make it just adding that stutter effect would to the sample would definitely make the sample better. And in fact, that probably should be what they would do on the vocal sample too, if we haven't lost chord with Tat being gone, if they haven't completely taken a crapper here and just completely left us. But I don't know. Um, it is that stutter is. That's why. Yeah. Yes. You. It is magic. You pretty much hit it right on the head right there. All right, people. John G. Making bomb beats. John G. Making bomb beats. John asks, how do I use the monostation? I will have to say that I have mainly been using it in a monophonic way. The whole paraphonic uh, feature of it, eh, I can't say that I've really gotten into it that much. I kind of like how the monophonic sounds. Um, but how do I say this? I think it's great for catching some interesting loops. However, I was kind of sonically disappointed, especially when I came from the Terrays to that. It sonically, you just have to understand Novation's sound. Once you understand Novation's sound, then it makes sense. I get it. Um, but I would say that you know I haven't really exploited or had a chance to really dive into the audio end the way I wanted to, and I haven't really had a chance to set it up with other gear to see how I can take it to that next level. I kind of see it as a centerpiece of your modular gear, in your semi-modular gear, taking that and using it to, keep all the pieces together and kind of have control over different things and such. And so I haven't really quite got a chance to have well, I haven't taken the time to put it together in that sense. And um, but I would say, initially my thought was I was kind of a letdown because I was expecting more from it. But once I got past that and started to use it a little more, like I said, it's a great way to get some inspirational loops. And when I played with the Novation Peak at Perfect Circuit, the sound on there, I gotta tell y'all, was amazing, and it is no doubt something that I want to get sooner than later. The Novation Peak is great. It sounded amazing. And I'm not saying the prologue is not legit. I'm sure it is, but I won't be getting it because it's a huge keyboard and they want what they want for it in terms of price. But I'm sure it's dope. Ain't that some bullshit? I can't fade to black? You just Oh, I got my lip still hanging, people. What is going on here? I can't fade to black or nothing. I ain't even think about that. How do I fade to black? Now I gotta get creative. Let me think of something. All right, Inky. Yes, hell yeah. I said this before, man. If I'm in the NYC, man, I'm definitely hitting y'all up. Good night, everybody. Class is dismissed. The hangout is over. It was been fun, impromptu. Till next week, I'm gonna talk about I don't know. I'll figure it out later. I'm out.